Hey everyone, it's Helen here from Bodywork-Pilates. I want to show you a little move that we sometimes do in classes when we use the yoga block as a prop. The movement you'll know because it's shoulder bridge. So take the block down and place it widthways on the mat. Carefully lay myself down. And I'm going to put just the ball of the foot, so up to the beginning of the instep, onto the block. Now at this point, of course, I could drop my heels down. So it's that sort of positioning, but I don't want to do that. So I can do that while I'm just adjusting my position to find my length in my spine and the sense of pressing my pubic bone forward. Because the block's quite narrow, quite small, I've actually got my legs closer together than I might otherwise have in a standard shoulder bridge position. But my arms rest at length at the side of the body, the back of my neck is long. And all I'm going to do from here is lift my heels as if my feet were resting flat to the floor. And then with my heels lifted, I'm going to move into my shoulder bridge. So imagining I've got my bowl of water resting on my belly, I'm going to draw up through the muscles of the inner thigh into groin and pelvic floor. I'm going to imprint my low back. I'm going to keep my heels lifted and my legs close together as I peel along, really working into the back edge of the body. I want to keep that feeling of slightly pulling the block towards me, softening the breastbone and the ribs. And as I take a further breath out, I'm going to melt my spine back down, imprinting into the low back, touching the low back down before my bum lands, and then returning the spine to neutral. So the emphasis changes in the legs by keeping the heels lifted. I get much more activity through the back edge of the legs than if my heels were dropped or my feet were flat to the floor. So again, just holding my heels as if they were resting on the floor. I want to press evenly and firmly. Just be sure as you do this that you don't just roll onto your little toes and lift weight out of the ball of the big toe. So keep your bunions quite close. And so again, I'm going to imprint from the low back as if I was tipping that bowl of water over the chest. I'm going to peel away just to my incline, so I feel like I'm really lengthening out through the front of the hips, the front of the legs. My hamstrings are active, my glutes are really active. Breastbone and ribs are softened. Take a breath in, and then as I breathe out, I'm going to melt down, releasing the shoulders into the spine, bone by bone, all the way back down. Send the pubic bone forward, return the spine to neutral, and then have a breather. So that's a little variation on a theme that we use in classes when, as I say, we have the block as a prop or a tool. If you don't have a block, use a book, a nice sturdy book. Have the spine of the book towards you, and obviously if it's got a dust cover, take that off because you don't want to rip it, but you could use a sturdy book if you haven't got anything like that. Anything like that, maybe a low footstool, that might be a little bit high, but if you've got a really low footstool, then something like that. Even the bottom stair if you've got enough room in your hall. So there's lots of ways you can do that if you don't have a yoga block, so don't let that be an excuse for you, but give that a go. If you're familiar with shoulder bridge, I think you'll find that that makes a big difference to the way it feels. Let me know what you think. I'll speak to you soon.